What is the biggest leap of faith you ever took for someone else? I was a senior in high school when my best friend's little brother Ben collapsed at school. Ben was only 11, and by the end of that week, he had tubes everywhere and doctors using words nobody understood. I stood in the corner of their hospital room watching their mom try to hold it together while Ben stared at the ceiling, not even scared, just so tired. That's the part that broke me first, how tired he was. Their family already struggled, but with Ben sick, everything fell apart faster than I thought possible. They couldn't cover medical bills, so they couldn't give him proper treatment. I watched their fridge empty out and the house go cold because they couldn't pay for heat. His mom worked nights to try to get him proper care. Ben's older sister dropped out of sports to pick up shifts at the grocery store to keep the family from starving and freezing. Sometimes I'd come by and nobody would even look at me except Ben, who'd just whisper, "Can we draw today?" He wanted to draw superheroes and always gave himself a cape. When I learned they needed an expensive ventilator to keep Ben alive without needing to go to the hospital, I impulsively handed Ben's mom every dollar I'd saved for art school. She tried to give it back, but I wouldn't let her, and she ended up buying him more equipment for this disease. After that, it felt like I became part of Ben's family. I started spending most nights at their house because his mom and sister were too exhausted or too broken to handle what was happening to him. Some nights Ben would wake up shaking and sobbing from pain or nightmares, and I'd be the only one who could get him calm again. His bones stuck out more each week, and sometimes he'd cry just because it hurt to move. Slowly, I learned how to clean his feeding tube, how to crush his meds so he could swallow them, how to count his breaths when he struggled for air. There were nights I sat on the cold bedroom floor listening to him breathe, terrified that if I blinked, I might miss the moment something went wrong. He told me once he was scared of dying, and I told him he'd live. I nearly cried when he made me pinky swear. After that, nothing else really mattered. I missed classes so often nobody asked where I was. My friends stopped texting, and my old life faded out in the background. College letters piled up on my desk, and I never opened them. I told myself there would be time for dreams later, because Ben needed me now. Then the worst night of my life hit during a blizzard when the power went out and Ben's ventilator alarm started blaring. The whole house was pitch dark and freezing. I ran through knee-deep snow to 4 different houses before someone answered and let me use their generator. My hands were numb, my face was raw, but I didn't care. I got back just in time to save Ben's breathing. I sat there in the dark holding his hand, whispering stories to keep him awake, praying our pinky promise would come true, and feeling like if anything happened to him, it would be my fault. When the power finally came back, I cried harder than I ever had before, and Ben just squeezed my hand as tight as he could. After that night, something changed. People in the community started bringing meals, and a local charity covered some of Ben's care. For the first time in forever, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I even got a scholarship to a nearby college for what I'd done, but I almost didn't take it. But then Ben's mom hugged me one day and said, "You saved us. You deserve to live your own life now." So I did. Ben died this spring after I started college. I wasn't there. His mom called me in the middle of art class and said he was gone. I just sat there staring at my pinky.